Good morning. It's Monday, May 11th. How are you? Hope you guys had a really nice weekend. I'm glad to be back with you guys. I had a good weekend. I'm rested and I'm ready to go. We are now down to 30 days of school. Today is day 152 and we have 6 weeks left of first grade. So we are on to another week, okay? We're going to start off with our spelling words for the week. You know, today is Monday, so we have new words. We have new high frequency words, new spelling words. So we're going to start off with our words. Now, your spelling words for this week are a combination of high frequency words and a combination of short E words with a double L to make the sound L. And I'll show you in a moment. Okay. So I'm going to do the high frequency words first. Now, let me turn back for a minute. With the high frequency words, okay? These are a couple of spelling words, but they are high frequency words, okay? Now, what that means is, you know, when you have high frequency words or sight words, it typically means that the words are not spelled the way they sound, okay? They're also known as tricky words, and that's what makes them tricky because they are not spelled the way you hear them. So it's really difficult to sound these words out. You really can't sound or stretch out high frequency words, okay? So these you just have to practice. All right, so now remember, we're going over our spelling words first, but there are a few of your spelling words that are high frequency words this week, okay? So this is the first one. This is once, like once upon a time. Okay, and then we have should. Okay, now this is a high frequency word because we really do not hear this and we really do not hear the L. Okay, so you just kind of have to know that that is should. This one is one that we've been using, people. Okay, so hopefully we know how to spell this. We do not hear that letter right there, okay, which is why this is considered a tricky word. And then we have wait, okay, we do not hear that I. Okay, we have the two vowels here. We do hear the first vowel. This is wait. Okay, all right, so now we're going to focus on the rest of our spelling words, which have these letters. This says L. Okay, so we hear the short E. Short E says eh, eh. This says L. We put a B in front of it, it becomes bell. Okay, we use that same letter sequence, ELL, which says L. I put a T in front of it, it becomes tell. Okay, now remember, the ending is spelled the same and it sounds the same. Okay, so if the ending of a word sounds the same, it means it is a rhyming word. Okay, so this is tell. Now I have L again. I'm going to put a W in front. It becomes well. Okay, so these are all rhyming words. There's L again. I put an F in front. It becomes fell. There's my L. I put my digraph SH, which says sh. This becomes shell. There's L. I put my blend SW, becomes swell, but that is not the entire word. Now I'm going to add that to the end. ING says ing. So this is swelling, swelling. Okay. So those are your spelling words for this week. Okay. Now I'm going to go over our new high frequency words. Okay. All right. Found. 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 Now remember, high frequency words, they are spelled differently than what you hear. So if you wait until the day of the test and try to say, okay, I know how to sound out words, I know how to stretch them out, you're not going to be able to write these words, okay? Because they're just not set up like that. Color. 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 Right. 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 WRITE. And I'm showing you a picture here of what this word means. Now, I want you to look at both of these words, right and right, okay? They sound exactly the same. These two words are called homophones or homonyms, okay? And homophones or homonyms are words that sound the same, right, right, but they are spelled differently and they mean different things. That's what these words are this week. This is right, like, yes, you are right. That is the answer. So kind of like, yes. Or you make a right turn, like this is my right hand, okay? Then this is the kind of right where I was just doing it on my board when I write letters or words, okay? So it sounds the same, but they're spelled different and they mean different things, okay? So these two words, you will have to wait until I put it in a sentence for you to know which word I'm talking about, okay? Next, upon. U-P-O-N, upon. Typically used at the beginning of fairy tales, once upon a time. Next one, bin. B-E-E-N, bin. This one we practice a lot because this is used a lot and it's very difficult. A lot of people tend to write B-I-N, okay, because that's what you hear. All right, so it is B-E-E-N, bin. Often, O-F-T-E-N, often. And young, Y-O-U-N-G, young. Okay, so those are high frequency words for the week. Okay, now we're going to move right into our work for the day. Okay, so as usual, you start off with your independent reading. That's the first thing that you do every day. So go to Raz Kids, get a book or read a book in your library and tell someone about it, okay? And remember to start your log, okay? I just got finished checking a lot of your work from Friday. Friday is just our assessments. You hand in your reading log. I didn't get to check all of the quizzes yet, but I checked most of them. And some of you just got a 50 on your reading log because you simply didn't hand it in, okay? Your reading log is very simple. Every day you write the date, you write the name of the book, you write how many minutes you read, because everyone in first grade needs to be reading every single day. It's very, very, very important. So please make sure you're handing that in. I don't want to see some of you get 50s when you should be getting 100 and all you have to do is log in your minutes, okay? That's why it's called a reading log, okay? So please make sure you start that today when you do your independent reading. Secondly, you're practicing your spelling words, okay? You're going to write them 3 times each. I just went over all of your spelling words, so you're going to write them 3 times each. Then you're also going to practice your high frequency words, but that is not an assignment. That's something you do on your own. You can practice skywriting. So if I want to write the word young, Y-O-U-N-G. That's skywriting. I can do the same thing just on a table or on the carpet or on the floor. You can actually take it a step further if you want to practice them with Play-Doh or with sand or salt or sugar in a pan and you want to write them with your finger, okay? Any of those things you can do to practice, okay? Just to make it fun and to change it up a little bit. Okay, now your third thing that you're doing, you do have a story. The story is called I Am Amelia Earhart, okay? I Am Amelia Earhart. So this story is about a particular person, okay? So you're going to listen to the story because we have this story linked into your assignment. You just have to click on it. Then you're going to complete the text organization paper that is attached, okay? So it's just going to simply ask you some things about the story, okay? It's like a graphic organizer. You're going to put the title of the book at the top. You're going to tell me what happened first, next, then, and last. So basically you're giving me like 4 key details from the story. What happened in the beginning, which is what would go in the first box. What happened next? What happened then? Those are things that happened in the middle. And then last would be what happened at the end of the story, okay? So that's what you're doing for your third assignment. So you're going to just click on the story that is linked in the assignment. It's right there for you. You just click on it and then you answer. They're not necessarily questions. You're just kind of telling me the sequence of the story, okay? What happened throughout the different parts of the story. okay? And then lastly, you have your journal writing, okay? And your journal for today is, what is your favorite thing to do in the snow, okay? So that's not a journal prompt where you have to complete the first sentence to make your own opening. It's a question. So now you have to answer the question. So you have to decide how you're going to start this story. Are you going to start this story by using a question? Have you ever played in the snow before? Or are you going to start the paragraph with an exclamation? Brrr, I was freezing playing in the snow one day. Or you're going to start with describing the setting by saying something like, one snowy day and continue your story, okay? So you can start your story in these different ways, okay? Or you can just start with a sound, like boom was the sound I heard as you're telling the story, okay? So there's all these different ways that you can start your story. Think about a good beginning, okay? Start your story that way. Then whatever it is that you're telling me is your favorite thing to do in the snow, like if I were writing this story, I would probably talk about snow tubing. Now I'm going to tell you all the different reasons why I love to go snow tubing, okay? So that's what you want to do. You're going to tell me why this is your favorite thing to do, how it makes you feel, okay? And then at the end, you're going to have a closing. These are the reasons why I love to go snow tubing. And that's your paragraph. And that should be 6 to 8 sentences, okay? So please make sure that's what you're doing. And please also understand that I read your journals every single day, and your grade reflects your writing. So if you have an opening, your reasons, a closing, and it's 6 to 8 sentences, you get a 100. If you do everything you're supposed to do and you have all the components of a paragraph, you get a 100. If you're missing something, I have to take points off. If you don't have an opening or you don't have a closing, maybe you'll get a 90, maybe you'll get an 80. Some of you are only writing 2 sentences. Most of the time you get a 60 if you only write 2 sentences, because you're supposed to write 6 to 8 sentences. So please keep all of this in mind, and I have all of this in the assignment. I type all of this in there all the time, reminding you to put an opening and how you can start an opening. Remind you about your reasons. Remind you about your closing. So all you have to do is look into the assignment, because I give you all of these helpful hints there, okay? Now, one more thing before we leave for today. We are supposed to be doing school spirit every day for the rest of the school year. However, they haven't sent us what we're doing for school spirit yet. So as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know. I checked my email and I don't have anything in my email right now. So if I get something in the morning, I'll just pop it into Google Classroom really quickly and tell you what the day is, and then you can send me pictures, okay? So that's it for today. Don't forget iReady in Core 5, okay? iReady in Core 5 usage has been a little bit better, but it is still not great. So please make sure every day iReady in Core 5, okay? If you have any questions, put them in Google Classroom, and I'll see you guys later.